first time in 2025, it is MBCS Exhibition Race Night tonight in Daytona Beach, Florida. Welcome to the Daytona International Speedway for stop number 0 of the 2025 season of the NR 2003 Mission Barbecue Cup Series season, the UNOH Battle at the Beach. The UNOH Battle at the Beach. And a pleasant good evening to everybody tuning in to tonight's coverage here of the only exhibition race of the 2025 season of the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, live from the Daytona International Speedway backstretch course here at the World Center of Racing, and live from the NASRN booth for the first time here on the Cup level in 2025. My name is Trey Wright, getting back to doing some preseason thunder here on the NASRN for the NR 2003 Mission Barbecue Cup Series, and it is definitely glad to be back here for the top level of racing on the North American Sim Racing Network. Got a lot of new faces, new paint schemes, and a lot of new guys and new places here for this exhibition race that features the 20 winners and the 1 champion from the 2024 season of the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. So without further ado, let's go downstairs and meet the 21 contestants that'll be battling for 60 laps here at this third of a mile bull ring on the Daytona backstretch. Starting in 21st is your Bridgehampton winner, Skylar Taylor, all the way in the back of the field in the newly numbered 45 Costco Wholesale Toyota Camry. Then we got the 13 of Igor Barreto, 2 wins last season, actually only 1 win at the Chicagoland Speedway in the number 13 Valvoline Dodge Charger. Next to him, and with a new sponsor this season, the number 58 of Logan Alexander in the Strawberry Lemonade Celsius Ford Fusion, winner of both Diamond Ridge and Pocono. Then we've got Matt Wolf making the move all the way over to American Motorsports. He'll be piloting the number 38 SRI Performance Dodge Charger. Then we've got your Hillside winner of Roberto Crown Jr. in the number 21 Beyblade X Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Then we've got Matthew Huber moving over to his own team in the number 23 Zevia Ford Fusion. Won a couple of races last season. Then we got Ryan Durrani in front of his old car, another driver that's with his new team, self-owned team, with a new self-owned team for Durrani Racing in the number 86 Amazon Prime Video Ford Fusion. A lot of Fords in the field this season, but one Chevrolet that we know very well is Riley Sampson, won at Rockingham in the peak number 24 machine for the Chevy Monte Carlo SS. And then Angel Gutierrez with a new team and a new sponsor this season, bringing over the Home Depot on the number 28 Stealth Motorsports car owned by Cameron Garlington. He'll be piloting this beautiful Tony Stewart looking car in the number 28 machine, won the Denver Oval Race all the way back in 2024. Danny Fallington will remain in the 16 with the Fastenal now on the hood of that Chevrolet Monte Carlo. The Willow Springs winner starts in the 12th position. And then we've got the Milwaukee Mile winner of Logan Williams. Nothing's changed on that 17 car, trying to get that Hershey's/Subway Dodge Charger to victory lane once again here in 2025. And there is your champion for 2024, Toby Murphy, still looking for his first win on the North American Sim Racing Network. Starts all the way back in the 9th position in the Dunkin' Donuts Chevrolet Chevrolet SS rather, for Stealth Motorsports. All 3 Stealth entries in the field here tonight. And Bradley Ream with a new team that it's been expanded for Chevy Power Racing. Ream driving the number 2 Shell Monte Carlo SS for Chevy Power Racing. And then Caleb Rose, who won at the Ricky Raceway last season, the one of two Pacific Racing entries this season. One of 2 Pacific Racing entries here tonight in the UNOH Battle at the Beach, piloting number 32 Tide Ride. Next to him, Alex Lozano, who won at the Richmond Raceway, will return to the number 11 FedEx machine. Then he got the 71, 3 wins last season for Mitchell Collins, so he'll return to the number 71 car for Titan Fury Racing. And then you've got your Nashville winner of Corey Case. New sponsor for him this season, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. On the hood of that number 63 Toyota Camry for Aggies Motorsports, Eric Monaco will round out the top 4 here. Eric Monaco with a new paint job in the number 4 Shell Pennzoil Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Some new paint for that number 4 machine. He'll start in the 4th position, rather the 3rd position for Eric Monaco. P4, the number 92 of Braden Perez, the other Pacific Racing entry in this race. Looking to get his 2nd win at Daytona, first on the backstretch layout. The defending Daytona 500 champion starts in 4th. And then rounding out the field, the 99 of Zachary Fitzwater, your winner from Homestead last season, will start next year. Indianapolis winner of Keegan Thompson in the number 14 Viagra Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS. Fitzwater starts in the number 99 Krispy Kreme Donuts Ford Fusion for NS Racing. Switching over to the Fords this season for that program, and that will do it for the starting lineup for the UNOH Battle at the Beach here at the Daytona International Speedway. And without further ado, you know what time it is. It is go time, and it is crunch time. Let's go downstairs to fire all 21 of these cars up to begin the first ever UNOH Battle at the Beach here at the Daytona International Speedway's backstretch layout here in Daytona, Florida.
Drivers, start your engines.
And the engines roar to life here at the Daytona International Speedway's backstretch layout. All 21 cars ready to roar to life here. So we'll take another look at the starting lineup. Like we said, Keegan Thompson starts on the pole position in the number 14 machine. This race is going to be in a similar format to the B main from the race at Levi Strauss for the Winston All-American Series, where it's on 110%, no damage, 60 laps of just sheer chaos here on the backstretch at Daytona. Should be a fun one as we make sure everybody rolls off. This Papyrus pace car will make its way onto the makeshift pit lane. And here we go, going into the Reese's restart zone onto the front straightaway. About to reach the green flag are Thompson and Fitzwater, and there is the green flag. The 2025 season is almost underway for our exhibition race. And Keegan Thompson will regain the lead here as Zachary Fitzwater falls behind on the outside. Here comes Eric Monaco in that Steve Park tribute car, trying to roll around on the inside lane in that number 4 machine. Pretty clean start for all these guys. Oh, Matt Wolf got a little squirrely moving off the corner there in that 38 as here comes Monaco to the inside of Keegan Thompson. Thompson will lead the field going back into turn number 1 as we see all these guys beginning to check up into here. Going wide through the corner was the 63 car. Corey Case a little wide. Will lose a couple of positions there for the Aggies. The Aggies Motorsports' only entry in this race, and Toby Murphy making some moves in that 20 car. He is up to 7th. After starting this race, and just as we talk about Toby Murphy, he's going to be pinned 3 wide and nearly got turned there by the 63. Murphy starting this race in the 9th position. He is all the way up to 7th. So go back to Keegan Thompson, and Toby Murphy has gone around. Same thing with the 63. And right in the tire barriers goes Danny Fallington into the retaining wall. The 58 and the 63 that are Case and Logan Alexander that get plowed into by the 16. Of course, no cautions. It's just a race for funsies and chaos here. Logan Alexander will be the first car to fall all the way behind. Lose a lot of ground, and like we said, Toby Murphy, who is all the way up to 7th, is going to fall all the way down to the 14th spot there for that hot white and pink Dunkin' Donuts number 20 entry. Keegan Thompson out to a sizable lead in this 14 machine. Going to really utilize this race as more of a showcase for a lot of these new guys, or a lot of these new paint schemes and drivers in new places. And those new paint schemes we're talking about, that 41, number 4 machine of Eric Monaco won the championship for GTLM. all the way back on Christmas Day for the Flowmaster Grand Touring Championship. Trying to add another win to his belt here on the exhibition side of things. Right behind him, the 71 of Mitchell Collins. For Titan Fury Racing, Titan Fury expanding to a 3-car operation. Campbell March, one of the rookies in this rookie class, will make his debut on Daytona 500 pole qualifying day on Tuesday, February 11th. In just a couple of days, there's Zachary Fitzwater, some new paint for the 99 car this year. A Krispy Kreme Ford Fusion, like we said in the pre-race show. NS Racing moving over from Chevrolet to Ford. Fitzy putting that Ford Fusion to pretty good use, as well as the Fusions had a little bit of an upgrade. Actually, the field moved from the Ford Tauruses to the Ford Fusions in the off season. You can see the 06 and 07 models for the Ford Fusion, as well as the Chevy Monte Carlo SS's. Looking pretty good under the lights here at Daytona. There's Caleb Rose, the Harlan, Kentucky native, looking pretty strong in the 32. Same thing for his Pacific Racing teammate. Those two PR guys running in the 5th and 6th positions respectively. Nothing really new to talk about for Logan Williams. That car and that paint scheme has pretty much stayed the same ever since 2021. Williams looking for another win this season, the 17, and his teammate Daniel Bouchard, who's going to have Papa Murphy's Pizza as a primary sponsor this season, as you saw Skylar Taylor get a little bit of loose there out of corner number 2. Bouchard trying to get his first win after being a rookie back in 2021. Bradley Ream splitting time between the Mission Barbecue Cup Series and the Flowmaster Grand Touring Championship. Pretty much everybody in this field is. The only Chevy Power racing car that is not in this field was the 3 of Reggie Fogelman, who actually sold his charter, or one of his charters, to Eric Monaco in the off-season. And part of that deal was that Reggie Fogelman would drive for Chevy Power Racing. He replaced Nathan Orman after Orman retired from racing here in the North American Sim Racing Network. And Fogelman will make his Chevy Power Racing debut during pole qualifying on Tuesday afternoon as well. And like we said there for Matthew Hubert, trying to remember the name of Matthew Hubert's team. I got it somewhere in the paperwork. But moving over from the flagship car of Otter Island Motorsports to his own team. He's trying to move to the inside there. Is that 28 of Angel Gutierrez was the other driver that was kind of left hanging with the whole Reggie Fogelman, Eric Monaco deal. But he was able to pick up a late season ride with the 28 of Cameron Garlington. Cameron moving over to the owner role rather than the owner-driver role. And it is actually Vision Motorsports. I completely forgot it was Vision Motorsports there for Matthew Huber, which has 2 cars. The other one being driven by the number 27 of Rogel Dorn. Will be sponsored by WeatherTech. He'll make his Mission Barbecue Cup Series debut in just a little bit as well. Alex Lozano, nothing really new to report home about, except that we finally were able to fix the striping on the right side of that 11 car, and a new font this season for not Troxel Perez Racing, Broke Boys Garage, what that team is rebranded to. The ownership between Thomas Troxel and Braden Perez. Alex Lozano trying to do the team proud, and there's Ryan Durrani in the 86. Not a whole lot of luck in the 2.4 hours of Daytona. He was able to win the pole and lead a couple of laps, but blew a camshaft early on in the 2.4. And trying to get up here in the top 10. The UNOH paddle at the beach as we're a third of the way through the race in that brand new number 86 Ford Fusion for Durrani Racing. Already mentioned Toby Murphy still looking for his first win. Igor Barreto's already got 1 win coming into this season, and Matt Wolf has got 5, if I'm not mistaken. He won. Know that he won at Trenton last year. I'm trying to remember where else Matt Wolff won at. I want to say Watkins Glen. I believe it was Watkins Glen was the other win for Matt Wolff. His SRI Performance jumping on the hood for American Motorsports this year, as well as Cookout and Stock Car Racing Aluminum. A couple of local companies all the way down, and SRI Performance will be sponsoring the Rockingham race this season. A couple of name changes for a couple of races, including Talladega, which ASC and Die Hard will move their race sponsorship all the way over to the Talladega race this season for the ASC Die Hard 500 at Talladega. 1663 and the 21 all online. There's the 58 of Logan Alexander. He and Owen Miles sporting some new sponsorships this season from Celsius. Some brightly colored cars there, especially that 58 machine of Logan Alexander. And that's pretty much all the storylines we got. Closing in on the halfway point through the UNOH battle at the beach, and Keegan Thompson has led all 25 laps in this contest so far, and Keegan looking for a little bit of history. Won't be happen here tonight if he's able to win. But if next points paying race that Keegan Thompson wins, he will surpass Madison Tall. And actually, same thing goes for Eric Monaco. If either of these cats are able to win this season, they'll surpass Madison Tall on the all-time wins list here on the North American Sim Racing Network with 8. Ever since that incident with Toby Murphy, Logan Alexander, and these cats up here, it's been a relatively quiet race. Not what you'd expect from a tiny little bull ring here at the Daytona International Speedway, but nonetheless, it's been a good contest so far as, oh boy, nearly jinxing it right there was Alex Lozano. He got a little squirrely going off of the corner. Not as aggressive as I thought that these guys would be as compared to the absolute zaniness that we saw in the B main for the Superflow Showdown almost a year ago at this point from the Levi Strauss Speedway. I'll have to see if there's any room for a potential all-star race at Levi Strauss, and if we could potentially make that track a night track. And love to see those cars under the lights of that little bull ring in Little Penny, California. But for right now, we're at the similar bull ring at the Daytona International Speedway. This very flat third of a mile track that utilizes the inside, the infield here of the Daytona International Speedway. The second race for Speed Weeks in 2025. Of course, we got the Daytona 2.4. It was won by Mike Vincent Jr. over Skylar Taylor by 9/1000ths of a second. We know that Taylor is not going to like to hear that being talked about, but that was a big storyline. Of course, Daniel Bouchard was able to win his third ever Full Master Grand Touring Championship race. We talked about that Dano Georgi could have been able to be the first driver to win 3 in a row in back-to-back races, but I don't believe that we mentioned that Bouchard was actually the one as well. He won the season finale at Riverside, and he won the season opener at Daytona. So 3 wins for Daniel Bouchard in the FMGTC, 4 of them overall. 2 of them coming in the Daytona 2.4. So all of them have been Grand Touring victories for Daniel Bouchard, who's been a road racing expert on the FMGTC side of things, but the Mission Barbecue Cup Series hasn't been able to find a whole lot of luck. But his time is definitely coming. He's been up there for a couple of races, just hasn't been able to gain any luck so far in that 07. Maybe some fresh paint this season. Papa Murphy's coming on board with Subway scaling back their sponsorship. But we're a little past the halfway point in the UNOH battle at the beach, and it's been a fairly clean race so far. Again, a lot of storylines to talk about coming into this season. The biggest of them being the advent of stage racing. Will be in the 2025 season for the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, and unlike NASCAR, we're not going to be complete idiots here, and we're not going to throw stage cautions But we're going to try it out at Daytona. We're going to try it out this season and see how it works out. We're originally going to potentially do that with the FMGTC as well, but how tight those points battles can get, I think they're better off without the stage racing in that series. More to come later on, but meanwhile, in the back end of this UNOH battle at the beach, that course is running caution free, and Keegan Thompson has led all 37 laps so far, and Eric Monaco just trying to keep him honest here in that 4 machine. Again, this is up to 110. These guys are trying to race really aggressive here, and other than that, and Alex Lozano nearly losing it off of turn 2. It's kind of looking like a next-gen race with a short track package that we've got. It'll be 21 laps to go this next time by. Fastest lap, Bradley Ream in the 2 machine, Mar deep in the field in the 8th spot with a 20.656 second lap from that 2 machine. Of course, fastest lap and fastest pit stops don't matter. No pit strategy in this race. So all 21 cars are still in tonight's contest, rather. As we open up the season with Speed Weeks at Daytona. We'll go over the upcoming schedule here as we follow this battle for the race lead. Monaco trying to get around Keegan Thompson. But in just a couple of days, we will have Daytona 500 pole qualifying on February 11th, and then the next day will be the 5-star race car body duels, with duel number 1 happening at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, and duel number 2 happening at about 1:30 to 1:45, depending on what time which duel will happen. Then, of course, we'll have the Smokies Best Damn Garage Daytona 500 on February 15th to wrap up Daytona Speed Weeks. Here at the Daytona International Speedway, the World Center of Racing has already put on some great racing so far in 2025, with the Daytona 2.4 coming down to that fantastic finish in GT Le Mans. Daniel Bouchard making history in GT Daytona as well, and in Daytona 2.4 history at that. Surprised to see Zachary Fitzwater fall a little bit down the wayside here, down to 4th. It's been a 3-car breakaway for this entire race pretty much. And we're closing in on 15 to go next time by, which is going to go past Lickety Split. This race has been going on Lickety Split so far. Only about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes into this race. Again, it's only a 60-lap contest around this bull ring here at Daytona. I don't know if they are going to catch up to Logan Alexander potentially here, and might be a little bit of lap traffic, but again, these guys finding it very, very difficult to pass, especially in this clean air. And now Mitchell Collins trying to get around this 4-car of Eric Monaco. With these guys changing paint schemes pretty much every season, got to get back into the rhythm of recognizing all these cars. Part of the reason that we're doing this is trying to move underneath the indelible yellow line. You can't do that, Riley. Sampson trying to go underneath the 2 machine. Battle between a couple of Pacific Racing guys. That's going to be negated. So going to the outside. It's a 32 trying to push on the back bumper. That 32 is a 92. He realized the damage is off and trying to make a little bump and run there. Is that 92 machine coming to 10 laps to go in just a couple of laps, and I don't know if they're going to catch up to Logan Alexander in time as the Daytona train continues to trundle around this backstretch here. But again, talking about Toby Murphy, who became the first ever winless champion in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, and you know, it was all about consistency last season for Murphy. Now, without the chase reset, he would have finished 3rd in the championship standings, but still, only 1 DNF for Toby Murphy last season. Ironically, it came on a green-white checkered in the final race of the season, and he was fortunate enough that Dylan Matthews was deep enough in the field where she did not end up taking the championship from the most dominant driver last season. Not the most dominant, but the most consistent. Murphy rolling around the corner here, under 10 laps to go, and that is the gap between the leaders and lap down car of Logan Alexander. Keegan Thompson just trying to run away with this, a little wide through the corner, and Monaco has lost a little bit of a step there. Again, you just see how much those cars accelerate on the back straightaway. You see how much they pitch up, and then right at that yellow line around the back stretches where they just slam on the brakes and just trying to roll through this corner. Haven't talked about Riley Sampson a whole lot in this race yet. One of the few drivers that has remained with the same number, team, and sponsor throughout all 5 seasons of the Mission Barbecue Cup Series, entering Season 5. And Appleseed Racing trying to claim their first championship in NBCS history. Sampson trying to get yet another win notched in his belt. He has got 3, if I'm not mistaken. Matthew Hubert trying to roll around through the corner and just trying to keep that 23 car in one piece. Again, it's impossible to break that car with damage being turned off as Logan Alexander under fire from the 14, but 4 laps to go in the UNOH battle at the beach, and trying to make a pass there was Vision Racing 23. Now we're starting to see these guys try to battle it up here. They've trained a race for long enough, but up at the front, 3 laps to go. A little bit of an anticlimactic finish. And not used to what we're seeing here on these short tracks with these guys racing really aggressively. But again, this is a weird track where these guys know it's the first race back with 2 laps to go. Just trying to knock a little bit of the rust off guys like Mitchell Collins and Keegan Thompson that do not race at the FMGTC level. Eric Monaco just trying to get back and only making left turns, but white flag is in the air one more time around. Daytona Super Stretch Super Speedway. Somebody was in the wall back there. That was Alex Lozano that hit the outside wall off of turn number 2, but coming down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time, and he will lead all 60 laps in tonight's contest. Checkered flag in the air, and Keegan Thompson will win the UNOH battle at the beach, and finishing 1, 2, 3 of the drivers that dominated this 60-lap sprint. Eric Monaco finishes in 2nd, and Mitchell Collins will finish in 3rd in the number 71 car. Top 5 caboosed by the 99 of Zachary Fitzwater and the 32, as everybody will crash into the pit lane, and that is how we'll end things off, as we usually do here in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. But taking a look at the official standings: Keegan Thompson, Eric Monaco, Mitchell Collins, Zachary Fitzwater, and Caleb Rose, your top 5. Perez, Williams, Reams, Sampson, Gutierrez, the top 10. Hubert, Durrani, Lozano, Murphy, Barreto, Wolf, Taylor, Fallington, Crown Jr., Case, and Logan Alexander round out all of the field here in this little mini race, the exhibition race, to officially open up the season for the 5th ever season of competition for the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Set to be a good one here in 2025, but that is going to do it here for our first race of Speed Weeks in the Daytona International Speedway. And when we come back, next time you'll see us will be on Tuesday, February 11th at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, as we'll get things started for Daytona 500 pole qualifying, live here from the Daytona National Speedway on the North American Sim Racing Network. And after that will be the 5-star race car body duels, and the Smokies Best Game Garage Daytona 500 will round out Speed Weeks for 2025 and will be off and running for the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. But on behalf of everybody here on the NASRN, my name is Trey Wright. Congratulations once again to Keegan Thompson for winning the UNOH Battle at the Beach here at the Daytona International Speedway, and we will see you in just a couple of days on Tuesday afternoon. On behalf of the NASRN, my name is Trey Wright. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen.